Treat others how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated in a good way by other people and you want them to treat you with respect, how do you expect to get that respect if you don't treat others that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go around being a complete arrogant asshole to everybody, then how do you expect to get that? How do you expect to get good energy or respect from other people when you can't even give it out yourself? So I think what you really need to do is stop getting so caught up in your ego and just start treating people with respect. I think nowadays, especially, it's like looked down upon to treat people just like kindly. Like, it's looked at as a bad thing somehow, and I don't know how it became that way, but like nowadays it's normal to hate on somebody because they have a different religion or a different side of politics or whatever, and I just think that's just dumb. Like, I don't understand the point of hating on someone because they think differently from you. I understand trying to convince people like your side of the story or your side of why you believe what you believe, but do it in a civil way, not like you're trying to be a dick or shove something down their throat to get them to understand where you're coming from. Like, that's not how you convince people. And that kind of leads me into another thing I want to talk about is, like, when you get in an argument with people and like they start screaming at you or yelling, or you start screaming and yelling, have you ever asked yourself, like, when you get in an argument and that happens, why is that even a thing? Like, it shouldn't be. You should always stay calm no matter like what the disagreement or argument is. You should never get like to the point where you're screaming in somebody's face. Like, well, I don't understand the point of it. Like, I mean, like, control your temper is really what I'm saying. I promise you getting in somebody's face like this and just screaming at the top of your lungs, you're not getting your point across. It's still going through this ear, out the other. Like, they're not even listening to you. I think they'd actually listen to you more if you like were in this talking how I am right now, compared to if I was screaming at the camera. Like, people will respect you more out of that, right? So this is like another way you can get respect. Just overall, just calmness. Like, yeah. But I want to get back to what I was saying before. It's not like it's like, for some reason nowadays it's a bad thing to be kind to other people. It's a bad thing to treat others how you want to be treated, right? So if you want to be treated with respect and you don't treat others with respect, you can't expect that out of them. It's like karma. What you put out into the world, you get back. So if you're putting out constant negativity, then you're bound to get negativity back, and you shouldn't be surprised. And we all do it. Like, if we're being honest, we all have been negative to somebody at some point. Like, I think in a way we have, whether that was behind their back, to their face, online, it doesn't matter. It's happened. And I mean, that's the thing though, is just, we're all people. Like, you get in an argument, disagree on something, or something serious came up, and now you're talking about how much you hate that person or whatever, how you're just disgusted by them, and sometimes it's deserving, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it's not. And then that's when you get in the whole conversation of, please forgive me, I didn't mean what I said, you know. That's why you should control your temper, you know, all that. But treating others how you want to be treated should never be like a bad thing. Kindness is a very good thing, and like I said, you're bound to get what you put out into the world is what you're bound to get back. So look at it kind of like in that sense. Yeah, I mean, that's really the moral of everything. Oh yeah, and another thing I'm gonna talk about. So, like, you know how there's that like quote where it's like, nice guys finish last? I kind of thought about that, and I was like, well, what does this really actually mean? Like, genuine, like, just nice people, like nice dudes that just treat their woman right, they finish last? When I really thought about it, that's not true at all. It's not. People take that statement way too literal, and I think what it means and what it should be changed to is that not nice guys finish last, but pushovers finish last. The people who are like too nice, like they don't have an opinion of their own, they're agreeing with everybody around them. And let's put this in the dating sense, because this is what this quote comes from, right? So let's say that you're a dude and you're the nice guy, right? So you're talking to a girl, and let's say that, you know, after all that happened between you two, she ended up leaving you for some douchebag, you know, this guy that everybody talks about. that's a douchebag. And he could be, but I think I have the answer. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is different, but I want to just kind of specify why I think this whole quote exists. So anyways, let me get back to it. So you're in this situation, let's say beforehand, before she leaves you or whatever, gets with that douchebag. This is what happened. So let's say that every time you guys talked about something, you always agreed with her on everything. Like, you never seem to have an opinion for yourself. Like, let's say she said she liked sushi, and you actually didn't like sushi, but you told her you did anyways, so you lied about it. Now, she might not know that, but some people can read stuff off of you. Like, they might not necessarily know you're lying, but then something in their gut's telling them, something doesn't seem right. But back to the point. Let's say that she liked playing volleyball, and you're like, okay, but you're like, oh yeah, I love playing volleyball. I always played volleyball like my whole life. I just love doing it, right? Okay, well, that's another bad thing. Now let's say that you had plans with your friends, right? Friends you've known for 5 years, whatever. You just met this girl, and she knows you canceled plans with them to be on a date with her. Okay, well, now you're just adding to the fire, right? And basically, to sum it all up, you're doing everything in your power to win her over, right? You're agreeing to everything. You're putting her first, even though you guys just met. You're putting her at such a high pedestal, and that you're willing to do anything, like change who you are as a person, and that's not what's attractive. Kindness is attractive. Seeing a homeless guy on the street and helping them. No good girl, which is the ones you would want to be with, is going to look at you and say, oh, ugh, that's disgusting. Why would he do such a thing? Oh, nice guys finish last. No. Like, that's genuine, like, kindness. Or just treating people out with respect, like what I'm talking about right now. Those are good things, but, like, the whole nice guys finish last, I think it really is just about pushovers. The dudes who put on this mask to, like, win her over through kindness. Like, I don't think it's because of kindness. I think it's just simply because you're just changing who you are about, like, everything. Like, now all of a sudden you guys are into the same foods. Now all of a sudden you guys are into the same activities. Now all of a sudden you said you had plans with your friends last weekend, but because she brought up something last minute, now all of a sudden it's her thing. And you wonder why it doesn't work out. It's not because you're nice. It's just because you're lying about everything. You're pushing everything out of your life. You're not giving any room to improve yourself for this one girl. Like, and another thing, it's like, if a girl leaves you because you were actually just genuinely being nice, what are you stressing about? Because, like, would you really want to live your life that way forever? It's like what I thought about, like, recently with my whole thing, and I know I keep bringing it up, but the whole vulnerability thing, like, there's a big problem with me. But because I actually got myself to open up, because I asked myself, I was like, with whoever it is in my life, whether it's family, friend, significant other, it doesn't matter. Do I want to hide how I really feel about things and who I really am in the moment or as a person for my whole life? The answer is no. So what's a good way to pick out who I would want to keep and who would I want to kick out? What's at least one way of doing that? I'd say being vulnerable. Because you could tell a lot about somebody when you tell them something vulnerable about your whole situation. Like, if somebody asks you how you're doing, you're not doing good, explain it to them. They either laugh at you, don't take you seriously, or whatever, and, well, there's your first sign that it's going to be somebody you should be wasting your time on. Now, what happens if you say that you do the same thing to this person, but this person's like, I'm here for you, I care about you, I'm here to listen, what can I do to help, and they show it through their actions as well. You got a good one, and that's somebody you want to pursue, like somebody you want to keep in your life. So that's what I told myself. I was like, do I really want to live my whole life not even being able to tell how I feel, because I'm worried that if I cry in front of somebody, or if I get angry maybe a little bit or whatever, that now they're going to leave me because I did one thing wrong? It's like, it's perfectionism. Like, and there's especially a lot like with guys, like, you can't cry or anything. You can't do anything emotional, otherwise it's going to turn people away. And I actually think the opposite. The less emotional you are, like, it shows that it's kind of like, it's like an uncanny effect. Like, it's like you don't have a soul. Like, you're just one thing all the time. And nobody wants to be around that. There's no difference. There's no change. There's nothing special about you. You're just meh all the time. You're never excited. You're never sad. You're never mad. You're never disgusted. You're never anything. You're just meh all the time. You just seem boring. And it's like, you kind of got to look at it that way. And really, do you really want to live your whole life with a mask on your face? I mean, that's for you to decide. But like me personally, I think that that's like living in hell, like on earth. Like you never get to say who you are. You never get to speak what you truly feel or what's on your mind, because you're always worried about what the person's gonna do if you do that. And you can't hold yourself back from that. You gotta just bite the bullet and sometimes just do the thing you need to do. Like, if that's who you are, then do it. And sometimes we don't find this stuff out until we're 30, 40, 50, 18. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, sometimes we figure out this stuff late. But yeah, just, that's what I really think that quote comes from, is it's not about being kind. Like, genuine kindness, I think, attracts everybody. Everybody likes a genuine, kind person. Like, genuinely. Like people, when they get around you and they're just like, you're just easy to talk to. Like, that's, like, you're not really, like, you have your own opinions. You might disagree in a little bit, but you're not, like, lashing out at them because they think differently, or you're not, like, going on a whole rant about how bad of a person they are because you guys agreed on or disagreed on something. Like, those are the people, the ones with genuine kindness, are the ones that are going to attract everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And I don't want to speak from, like, ego or anything, but I've had people tell me this. Like, they're like, like, people who met me, like, the first day, they were like, you're just easy to talk to. Like, I can just talk about anything. It doesn't matter. You just seem like a genuine good dude. Like, I'd hang out with you whenever. And I've heard this from people, like, strangers, like, practically strangers. Like, I barely even knew their name. And it's not for me to, like, rub this in your face and say, oh, I'm better than you. I'm not. I'm just telling you, like, genuine kindness gets you a long way in life, like with relationships and just meeting people, socializing, like, we tell ourselves stupid things all the time, like, oh man, I can't compliment her because, oh, she's gonna run away from me. No, like, if you're showing who you truly are, right? You're a genuine, kind dude, you're genuinely, like, positive, who wouldn't want you to be in their life? Like, I'm not saying that you're guaranteed they're gonna have romantic intentions for you, but, like, who realistically would not want you in their life? Like, you're a positive dude, you're genuinely kind, you're easy to talk to. Like, who would not want you in their life other than negative people? Negative people don't like that. And sure, there will be people out there that won't like it. I'm not saying everybody's gonna like you, but I'm just saying that your odds are way lower just from being a genuine, kind person to getting into a relationship with somebody or a friendship or whatever it is, just because of your genuine respect and, like, kindness for other people. So don't think to yourself, because I know I'm mainly making this about relationships because this is where people lack in. They think that if they're nice to the girl, or they're like, they tell them how beautiful they are or whatever, that now it's a bad thing, and that you're not supposed to do that, and you can't say good morning because that's too not masculine. And I think it's so stupid. It's like, dude, just live your life. Don't listen to the whole social media. And I know, I've been in your shoes. I've looked up videos of, like, how to talk to girls, how to do this. Like, we've all done it, but it's ultimately, it comes down to what's your character and, like, who are you? And don't hide that from other people. Like, sure, like, when you first meet somebody, are you gonna tell them your whole life story and who you are? No. But, like, you're gonna have a sense of professionalism behind the way you act. But then the more you guys get to know each other, the more you get to let out that inner you. But what I'm saying is, the biggest problem that people have isn't because they hold back themselves a little bit in the beginning. It's because they hold themselves back and they keep a mask on their face for their entire life, for their entire relationship, friendship, whatever. That's where pushovers come in. They're putting a mask on who they really are, hiding, so that the person will never leave them. It's all out of, like, scarcity. It's all out of the fear of the unknown. Like, yeah, it's scary to meet new people and all that, because like, what happens if I really like this girl? What happens if I really like this guy? What if he leaves me? What if he cheats on me? What if she cheats on me? Like, what if she's not into me? And the thing is, you're never gonna know unless you try. But what I'm saying is, do you want them to fall in love with a fake version of you, or do you want them to fall in love with the real you? At least with the real you, you never have to worry about anything you say. You never have to worry about anything that you do, because they fell in love with that person. So you don't have to fake anything. Whereas if you're the fake you, now you gotta worry about putting a mask on every day. Oh, what happens if I accidentally let myself loose? What happens if I accidentally, like, show them who I really am? You shouldn't have to worry about it, because you should have already been honest in the first place. Like I said, I'm not saying go all out in the very beginning and just tell them everything about your life. Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it does get to a point, though, that at some point you do kind of have to tell them who you really are. You can hide behind your mask all you want, but you're just going to hurt yourself more than anybody else. So just have people fall in love with you, really. Friends, all that. Don't act like you like basketball if you don't like basketball. Don't act like you like video games if you don't like video games. Who cares? The whole point is that there's a beauty of being different. Being different is a very special thing. It's a very good thing gifted by God. We all are different in some way, shape, or form. Nobody is the exact same, and that's what's so special about it. So just be okay with who you are. Be okay that you are an independent self, and you are your own image, right? You are your own person. God's living within all of us, yes, but everybody has their own individual life. So why not allow people to fall in love with that than some person that is just a character behind you all the time? Like, that's not what you want to do. Don't live in your own shadow. Like, just be you, man. Just be you. It's really that simple. Don't fall for the tricks of playing games with people that only gets you hurt in the end, because you're gonna be like, man, I gotta wait 5 hours for me to respond to the text. That way she thinks that I have something going on in my life. It's either you have something going on in your life or you don't. But don't acting like it's way worse. Waiting 4 hours to answer her back because you're busy is like you're lying. You're just not answering because you're afraid if you answer too fast that then now all of a sudden she's gonna leave you. And the truth is, if she does, then why are you wasting your time on these type of people? Like, seriously, like, why are you? You're just hurting yourself in the long run. You're not even doing yourself a favor. You're doing yourself an injustice. You're wasting so much time on somebody you can't even text back when they text you because you're worried they're gonna leave you because they text you, like, or because you answered them. Oh man, this person, and I know there's people out there that like this. They're like, oh man, you never guess, she answered me in like 20 seconds. It's crazy. Or, oh girl, you never guess, he answered me like literally the second I texted him. And it's like, okay, isn't that the point? You send a message, I send a message, we go back and forth, we talk, and we're done. Like, isn't that like the whole process of communication? Like, why is it such a bad thing to talk? I don't get it. Like, if we're in person, am I gonna sit here and you're gonna be like, so how was your day? And I just sit here and go, and then 5 hours later, I'm like, good. Like, it's so stupid. I don't even know where this like thing came up from. It's so dumb. And then people be like, well, you don't understand women. Like, you're not my age. You know, women this, women that, you know, friends this, friend. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60. I don't care. If that's the type of love you are into, good for you. But that is not for me. Like, I want to show the person I care about them. If they treat me good, like I said, treat people how you want to be treated. You'll get it back eventually. If they're treating me good, then I'll do anything for them because, like, I'm there. If he or she or whatever has been there for me from the beginning, and like, no matter what, they've been through me through my hard times, they've been through me through my good times, you know, whatever, they deserve to be rewarded for that. I'm not saying they should expect a reward, but I'm just saying that from my point of view, they deserve to be rewarded that because they were real. They were real with me. I was real with them. They were real with me who they were. I'm real with them with who I am. And we fall in love with each other through that. Friends, significant others, family, whatever. But that, it shows, like, you just develop a way better character for who you are, and you learn who you are through the process, and you get to learn who they are, and it's just a beautiful thing that you get the chance to do. But you're not going to get that chance if you hide behind a mask for your entire life. And another thing, I feel like a lot of people, at least with me, I can kind of like get a feeling of if somebody's lying about who they really are just through like the way they like, I don't know how to explain it. I can't really put a figure on it. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, this is what it is. It's just like, the way you feel around them. It's just like, you feel like they're holding something back. So, I mean, you just gotta be aware of who you're talking to. But like, if you see, like, if you meet somebody and they just like, they seem and they haven't, their actions match with their words, they're just like genuinely like good people, you shouldn't worry about hiding behind a mask. Like, just open up a little bit. I'm not saying release it all out at once. I mean, if you want to, like me, and that's what I did. But like, if you don't want to do that, bit by bit, there you go. Like, that's really it. But I think people will respect you a lot more if you just are honest with yourself. You're honest with them about who you are. Don't lie about it. And I think that will also draw people in more. Like, doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, whatever, or if they're a man or a woman. There's people who are attracted to genuine kindness and just real. You know, it's so rare to find anymore because people, especially through social media, are so scared of being themselves. That's why you got these people getting rentals, you know, acting like they got these private jets when they don't. And I'm not saying all of them are fake. I'm sure there's some people on social media that flex that are real. But there's also a lot of people that do get rentals and all that just to showboat because they're putting on a mask of who they actually are as a person. Instead of actually putting in the work and doing something with their life, they act like they already have done the work, which is not true. So the same thing, like when somebody sits there and waits 5 hours to respond to your text, it's because they're trying to make you seem like they are valuable. And like if they're genuinely like working or something, that's understandable. Like you can't fault them for that. But if you know damn well, like it literally says like either they're active or you just know them like really well to the point where they're like, okay, I know he's on his phone or I know she's on her phone. She's deciding not to answer. Unless she really doesn't want to answer you, like if she doesn't want to answer you or he doesn't want to answer you, that's also another thing because they just don't want to talk to you. But like if they do want to talk to you and they're just holding back and they're just like, man, I gotta wait this long. It's just so stupid. Just talk is the easiest thing ever. You got sent a text, send it back. There you go. As simple as that. You solved your problem. If they leave you for that, you know what kind of people they are and to stay away from them as much as possible. But other than that, that's really it. Treat people with respect. Don't be a pushover. Be yourself. Don't hide behind a mask for your whole life. You're going to regret it, I promise. It's better to be rejected than regret something that you could have stopped. So just be yourself. I mean, that's really it. Treat others with respect. Treat others how you want to be treated. Be yourself. And other than that, life isn't too short to make a change.